Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Quick video today. Regular order back from PCGS. 5 or 6 coins, I believe it's 5. 4cc Morgan dollars and a Barber $half, 1892S. That's somewhere around good 6. Sounds like a coin that you wonder why it might be submitted, but that's a couple $100 if it comes back problem free. The 92S, a lot of those early San Francisco and New Orleans Barber halves are better dates, and this coin had a nice original skin to it, and I felt it would do better certified than not certified. Just covering up the address, the Doug Gallant, that's the PCGS, Santa Ana, California, and that's my name, and the rest obviously is not shown on the public airways. This envelope on top is a Tidy House, as you can see, Tidy House Products, Omaha, Nebraska. Edward McKibben was the original receiver of this way back once upon a time. There are 2 Tidy House dollars inside, but we're not here to look at those. That's just covering up the label. So we will get to opening this package, which is still sealed, and take a quick look at those 5 or maybe 6 coins inside. I do believe it's 5. I believe it's a 78cc. That should come back around MS62, maybe a 3. There's an 82cc dollar, which I think should be proof-like. There's an 83 or an 84cc, I can't remember, with nice toning on the reverse. A 90cc, which is, I'm hoping, in the XF45 AU50 range. And then the Barber $half, and of course all of these are, if they come back problem free. I don't expect all of them to, because there's usually an altered surface or some unexpected problem, but I did have high probability expectations for all of these. I didn't see any problems really that I remember, but we'll look at them in real time before we look at the grades and before we see if it says genuine on the back, and see if maybe I didn't see something the first time. So we'll be back in a minute to unbox these few coins. And then we have another shipment that'll be back probably next week of 18 coins. And then we have a nice one coming back a couple weeks later, which is 30 coins. And there's a lot of really nice ones in that 30 coins submission. So without further ado, let's get to opening. So we'll go ahead and open up this package. See whether we are pleasantly surprised or disappointed. Let's see, we're still sealed. Haven't looked at the results online. Do not know whether this will be good, bad, or ugly. I always taper my expectations. Just because you just never know. Sometimes a coin could be very slightly manipulated, if you will, puttied or thumbed, or any number of other possibilities that are not always immediately recognizable and not always necessarily something that we always agree with. Had to get my verification code to log into the PCGS account, because we will take a look. Once we've looked at these coins, we will take a look. 155 350. Why is it invalid? We'll try it again. We got a new code. Let's see if this one works. All right, we're into PCGS.com. We're not going to look at this result, but I just wanted to have it ready for when we get there. So let's get to shaking here. Hope everybody's having a great day, and all is well in your world with personal as well as the collecting. Metals have gone crazy. I don't need to tell you that. So it is 5 coins. No grades or anything on this one. Whatever. These are the 5 coins. So it is 78cc, 82cc, 83cc, and 90cc, and then the 92S half. 82cc, I went ahead and even marked PL on the holder and upped the estimated value. Always go on the high side. Not that it will influence them. It won't. For insurance purposes, if they're lost or something happens, and that's just obviously a guess. It's always hard to pinpoint the value of the coins. This whole purpose of getting them graded is to figure out their value. And so you know the grade, you don't know the value, so it's kind of a catch-22, but the idea is to give it your best guess as to what you think they're probably worth, what you think they're probably going to grade based on your own experience with being able to grade yourself. So I'm looking for my trusty little grade concealer. That's a folded up napkin that seems to be missing. It's such a complicated contraption. See if I can come up with something else. I'll just grab another paper towel. Hold on 1 second. We will get to shaking here and see what happens. Alright, so here's the... See if I can get this up a little bit higher. 1 second. Just so we have a little more wiggle room, if you will. Alright, so we've cut the edges. Coins are down here. So in an effort to not see the grade or see if it's genuine, put the coins kind of facing away, which I can't see the back or the front. We're going to start with that Barber $50 because it's the back. So right away, I would say that this is going to be at best a good 4. That rim bruise is a little concerning, but I don't think it's bad enough to details the coin. But that was the one thing I had pause on. In order to get a good 6, you need to have full rims on both sides. And AG3, the reverse on the Barber half is always, almost always, much more worn than the obverse. The reverses are higher relief and just tend to wear out faster. So at least we have pretty much the full eagle outline all the way to the edge of the rim. We've got, 80% of the lettering. America's a little worn and so forth. The motto is pretty much gone. E pluribus unum, there's only a couple letters there. All the basic outline, the shield, the feathers, it's all there, but there's no fine detail remaining. When we flip over to the obverse, you can see that we actually have a full obverse ring, just about, maybe over here. But in my opinion, it's an original surface. And again, the only concern would be that rim bruise, in my opinion. I would call this a good 4. There's a possibility they'll call it a AG3, but I think it's better than that based on Barber half grading. But nothing would surprise me nowadays. So, all right, so it's a straight grade, so that's good. I mean, I don't see anything other than a good 4 on this, but they might net grade it to AG3 just because of the rim bruise. So 50-50 on good 4 or AG3, but I think it, yeah, knowing how PCGS is, I'm going to say AG3, but I still grade it good 4. Yeah, okay. I think they got it right. It could have gone either way. There's a big difference between good 4 and AG3 when it comes to value, and on another series, this might get the AG3, but on a Barber half, that's your standard good 4. That's like a textbook good 4 grade. Nice crusty original surface, not a hairline on it. Nothing other than that potential small rim bruise. I am going to go to the 18. I know the order of these, so I'm going to try to save the best for last, if you will. And this one is the one that I had XF AU, XF 45, AU 50, if it's a straight grade. You know, this one had nice surfaces, maybe not perfect surfaces, but these coins are so often cleaned when they're circulated, cleaned even when they're uncirculated, but there's just a heavy amount of cleaning on these, and to me that surface quality looks pretty nice. I think it's XF 45 if it doesn't get a details grade. And we do have a straight grade, so that's promising. I don't think there's enough luster there for an AU 50, so I'm going to say I think that's an XF 45. But it could go either way. So yeah, I think it's going to be a 45. And look at that! 2 for 2! 2 for 2. You got just a smidgen of luster. You don't have any type of a cartwheel there. So, I agree with that grade. I think that's accurate. I think that's absolutely spot on in my opinion. But, you know, this isn't what I do for a living. So, but that's just what I would have estimated for that particular piece. So, let's see. 78, the 82, and the 83. All right, we'll go to the 78cc, which is the first coin. And of all the CC dollars, this is the one I thought might have the worst chance, or the biggest chance of getting a clean grade. Not from that reverse. It's just pretty much what you'd expect to see on a Carson City uncirculated Morgan dollar. And now that I'm looking at it again, I don't see anything that would hold it back from a straight grade. There's, you know, some reed mark on the cheek there, but that's very common and very typical. 62, maybe 63. The luster's a little bit flat, so I'll say 62, but it could be 63. Yep, 62. So I guess I didn't make a definitive. Yeah, I said 62, it might be 63. So I guess I'm 3 for 3, or maybe I didn't slam dunk the 62 in there, but again, that's where I would have ended up. So let's see, the 83cc is the one with the toning, yep. And the 82cc is the one I'm hoping comes back proof-like. So this is the one with that, I never said it was like spectacular toning or monster toning, it was just toned. It does have that crescent. And we don't have you're not seeing the same color on the camera that I'm seeing in person. But it's there, it's not like rainbowed, but there's color, there's aqua and magenta and, you know, the typical semi-rainbow colors, but it's not a rainbow. This one I thought was a 63. It's pretty clean. Probably has an outside shot of a 64, but you got that pretty good mark on the cheek, so I think it's a 63. Yeah, it's straight grade, so 4 for 4 on the straight grades. I think it's a 63. And there it is. All right, so we're pretty much 4 for 4. And then the last one is this one that I hope is proof-like, but this is probably the one that will come back cleaned or altered surfaces. It's really hard to get a proof-like, let alone on a Carson City, so, I mean, anything is possible. I don't see anything that would prevent a straight grade there. You can see my reflection. Sorry about that, but that comes with the proof-like quality. But again, they could say anything, and I would be left scratching my head. The obverse, we have, I would hope, enough mirrors. And I don't see anything that holds back from being a straight grade, but look at that, we got a straight grade. I mean, why wouldn't it be a proof-like? I don't know. So we're 5 for 5 on all the coins being straight grades, which is excellent, what I was hoping for. I'm gonna say 63 proof like, 64 proof like maybe. That would be a real nice grade. I don't see why not. How about deep mirror proof like? How about 63 DMPL, babe? How about the deep mirror? That will speak for itself. I thought it was a 64, but would I trade a 64 PL for a 63 dimple? Yes, I would. Although I don't know why it's not a 64. I knew it had mirrors, and I'm glad I was finally, what's the word? Not rewarded, that's not what I'm looking for. You know, when you're, I'm going through word salad at the moment because I wasn't expecting the deep mirror. Although, when I sent it in raw, I even said, you know, that if there is such a thing, that this really kind of was deserving of it. And there's a couple in that next submission that have mirrors that are as good, if not better. So I'm really, I don't see why it's not a 63 plus. There's hardly any contact marks. I just don't understand why the grade is so low. But there's just not that much chatter. I've seen 64s with more chatter. But anyway, very, very happy to see that. So we will leave it at that. And samscoinsandheavymetal.com, samscoinsandheavymetal@gmail.com. Find us on eBay, word salad. Find us on eBay under the same name with an underscore in between each word. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll have the next submission back next week, and another one with the 30 coins, which have several PLs and several potentials of 65s or better, as well as some standing Liberty quarters, some Barber halves, key dates, 04S, 01S, and some other nice Indian head cents, and a nice variety of pieces in that other submission, which will be back probably the first week of October. On that note, take care. See you on the next video.